So, good morning. Thank you for joining me today. My presentation is titled Navigating the Digital Divide Understanding Pornography and its Impact in Malaysia. In our hyper connected world, uh, the internet has revolutionized how we live, work, and learn here in Malaysia. But with that gift comes challenge, like easy access to explicit content that can clash with our values and well-being. This isn't about finger pointing or moral lectures. It's a deep dive into why pornography is so prevalent, how it affects us as an individual and as a society, and what we can do in a way that's respectful of our diverse cultures and faith. We look at the motivation. We will look at the motivation and ripple effects and a practical solution that empowers rather than forbid. By the end, I hope you will see this as a call to build a healthier digital Malaysia, one that honors our tradition while embracing technology. Let's get started. Now, first, let's clarify why this report sets out to achieve. What what's this report sets out to achieve? What's the purpose? The goal is to goal are straightforward, but ambitious. First of all, what is the motivation? Have to unveil the motivation behind, and will unpack why people turn to pornography. Like here in Malaysia, factoring in our unique blend of psychology, religion, and society, assessing the ripple effects like beyond the screen. How does this impact mental health, relationships, and even our communities? And the third is crafting tailored empathetic solution. No one size fit all bans. We are talking locally relevant strategies that help people make better choices. This data-driven approach keeps things grounded and sensitive to our Malaysian context. Now, moving on to have an open conversation, we need to agree on what we are talking about. Let's define a few terms. First of all, what is pornography? Everyone know, and that's any visual, audio, or text material made explicitly for sexual arousal in Malaysia's called, pornography. In Malaysia, much of it falls foul of laws like the Communication and the Multimedia Act of 1998. Importantly, this isn't the same as sex education or a science. Those have different non-arousing purposes like static purpose or education purpose. Pornography is a little bit different. Talk about addiction. Think of it as a compulsive habit where someone keeps engaging despite a real harm to relationship, mood, or life. It rewires the brain, leading to craving, loss of control, and withdrawal symptoms like anxiety. When you try to stop. And the third thing is cybersex. Cybersex here in big 2025, it's very common. Introduction of OnlyFans. Cybersex become very common. They pay some small amount of money, watch someone through screen. But this thing also lead to risk like blackmailing, especially when money is involved or minors are involved. This is real, threat. Now, the roots of pornography spread in Malaysia. It's like a perfect storm of tech, culture, education gaps, and personal struggle. Personally, for me, technological advancement is the main reason. You got your phone in your hand, you're sitting somewhere with a good internet access, and that's it. You can access from anywhere. Technological accessibility, smartphones and fast internet, you know, uh, smartphones and fast internet make explicit content a tap away. Even if such content is blocked, we can use VPN to access such content, and even kids know how to access. And when you access those sites, there is no uh, age check. You just have to click. And it's like an open bar online for kids and families. Social, cultural, religious pressure, like conservative norms shaped by religions and traditions create a big silence around sex. People don't talk about this topic. It's like a taboo topic in culture. Without open talks at home or school, especially for youth, unregulated online source fill the void. Inadequate sex education and curiosity programs like peers focus on science and faith, but often skip emotions, consent, uh, boundaries, and healthy relationships. Teens fueled with the hormones turn to porn for answers, good or bad. Now, psychological factors and emotional escape. For many, it's a quick fix for stress, anxiety, trauma, even when they're feeling bored. Most of the people watch porn because they're bored. They have nothing to do. Spending their days scrolling and boom, they're watching. That dopamine third cycle, ignoring deep healing. These aren't excuses, they are factors we must address head on. And the effects, they echo far wide. The fallout from widespread porn uses hit hard on people, families, and society.
Greetings, everyone. Before moving onwards, I would like to give my brief introduction. My name is Umar Jamal, and I am a part of this program. So, before moving onwards with our program, with our discussion, with our final presentation, I would like to ask a question for all of you, all of the viewers, to our respected teachers, our respected students, everyone. I have a question. Tell me, how many times do you look at your phones and you say, okay, the person I'm seeing there is much better looking than I am? Or when I look into a mirror, I see a person who's looking much, much better than who I am really. And let's suppose you use generative AI these days, and you see a person who's far more better looking than who you are really. And then you look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, that's the issue. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring you back to the real life problem. Yes, pornography. How it is changing not just one individual, but the entire society. Let me explain it to you. So, firstly, you should understand that it's not just one person who's getting affected, it's the entire society, the family structure, the societal norms, everything is getting affected. From starting from there, you should understand that these are the conditions that we put on ourselves when we consume pornography. When we see something on social media sites or any unethical websites, we see something that is non existent, that develops an expectation in our minds that something like that exists, but in reality, it does not. Let me quote you someone. Someone said, pornography is the theory, and rape is the result of that theory. It is that serious, everyone. It is that it matters. It matters to everyone. And it matters to families, to marriages, to sons, to fathers, to mothers, to daughters, to everyone in the family it affects. So you should understand these are the few things that it minds you that we are going to discuss today. Individual, psychological, and relationship harm, as I discussed, that you see a body of yourself in the mirror that does not align with how you think in your head, and you feel disgusted. That's exactly what you feel when you consume porn. 10 to 18, they are getting exposed to such unethical and heinous things and activities. Now, moving onwards, you should understand that yes, it is banned in Malaysia, and Communications and Multimedia Act of 1988 has said that anything that exists will be penalized, conviction to the substantial fines, imprisonment, and lasting criminal like records. But that doesn't stop you there. You know what? Let me share something with you. I have a number to tell all of you. 19. 19? Why am I saying 19? 19 is the number that is being used for all the continents in the world. Asia is the one that is leading with 19%, with most pornography consumed of all the continents. Let that sink in. 19% in all the Asia. Let me bring you to the last, but one of the most important blog that exists. A counselor candid confession told that the pornography users not only destroy their own life, but also destroy their marriages. Yes, a person who's married is consuming porn, and not only that, he's consuming that and also putting its relationship at risk because the counselor said that it is the commonality of hidden porn habits, the resulting breakdown of trust, esteem, self esteem issues, and the struggle to maintain intimacy with your partner, obviously. What is it doing? It is bringing you to a fact that you develop an unexpected, unreasonable, develop expectation in your head that brings you to a point where you don't feel satisfied anymore. And this is what has been talking about over and over again. And how to overcome that? Now let's talk about it. That you should timely ask for help. Yes, when a person talks about it, they can help it. There's a famous quote: the more you say it, the less power it has over you. So we should start with all the people, especially the younger ones, that we should educate them. We should bring awareness, resources that can help them, and especially open dialogue between you, me, and all the other people. Now, taking our conversation to the next point, my next team member will talk about it. Thank you so much.
Now, to truly understand the impact of pornography in Malaysia, we must look at it through the lenses of the major philosophies and the faith traditions that shape our nation. From the Islamic perspective, pornography is clearly prohibited. Islam emphasizes human dignity, modesty, and the sanctity of the family. Principles such as hifz al-ird, which means protecting honor, and the hifz al-nas, safeguarding the family, stand in direct opposition to the pornography. The Quran calls believers to guard their eyes and protect their modesty. Pornography undermines this guidance by reducing intimacy, something scared into marriage, to casual entertainment. Over time, this erodes not just the individual mortality but the strength of the family itself. On the other hand, the Christian perspective carries a similar message. Christianity teaches that sexuality is a divine gift meant to be cherished within the marriage. Pornography, however, is seen as lustful, replacing God's purpose with selfish gratification. It treats people created in God's image as mere objects. At the same time, Christianity emphasizes grace and healing, offering repentance and support to those struggling with this issue. And then there is a Sajatra philosophy, a uniquely Malaysian concept of holistic well-being. Sajastra stresses balance between spiritual, mental, emotional, and social. Pornography disrupts that balance by fostering addiction, guilt, distorted views of the relationships, and weakening trust within the families and communities. From this perspective, the answer is not punishment alone, but education, healing, and restoring harmony. What is striking is that despite their different roots, all three perspectives converge on the same conclusion: pornography undermines dignity, weakness families, and threatens social harmony. This shared understanding shows us that the issue is not only moral or spiritual but also deeply connected to the well being of the entire nation. The next slide is national principles and research. Let's us consider how pornography challenges Malaysia's national ideology, the Rukun Negara. The first principle, belief in God, reminds us that our ethics and behavior must be anchored in spiritual values. Yet pornography encourages hedonism, selfishness, and the objectification. It prioritizes instant pleasure over discipline, dignity. In this way, it directly undermines the spiritual foundation on the Malaysian society is built. The fifth principle, mutual respect and good social behavior, emphasizes courtesy, respect, and harmony. Pornography often portrays people, especially women, as objects. This damages the culture of respect, leading to selfishness, dishonesty, and in some cases, harmful behavior such as harassment. When we look at this way, pornography is not just a private choice, it is a national issue. If respect and courtesy decline, if the sense of morality and discipline weakens, then the unity and integrity of the nation itself are at risk. Addressing pornography, therefore, is a part of protecting the very principles that hold Malaysia together. Okay, now the last slide is charting a new course, comprehensive solutions. The key question is what can be done? Prohibition alone is not enough. We need a comprehensive approach that combines laws, educations, and community actions. First, legal and regulatory modernization. Regulators must keep pace with the technology. Artificial intelligence can be used to block harmful content more effectively. Financial institutions can cut off payment channels that sustain the pornography industry. At the same time, people must be aware of the legal consequences, fines, imprisonment, and the criminal records, and the harshest penalties must be directed at the most serious crimes, especially child exploitation and trafficking. The second one is education and preventive empowerment. This is a long-term solution. Sex education must go beyond science and religion. It should teach consent, respect, and healthy relationships. Digital literacy should be a part of every student's learning so that they can critically evaluate what they encounter online. Parents also play a central role. Open, non-judgmental conversation at home can guide young people better than silence or fear. Third one is community and rehabilitation initiatives. Many people turn to pornography as a way to escape stress, loneliness, or trauma. Instead of blaming, we must show empathy and provide help. This means accessible counseling and support groups and trained professionals who can guide individuals back to the balance. Religious leaders, educators, and psychologists should work together to provide solutions rooted in both faith and evidence. At the same time, communities can create positive outlets, sports, arts, and volunteering that gives you a sense of purpose and belonging. When law and education and community come together, we begin to build a stronger foundation. The goal is not to eliminate all problems overnight, but to take steady steps toward a healthier, more compassionate society. By addressing pornography comprehensively, Malaysia can protect its people, preserve its values, strengthen the unity that binds the nation together. Healing, and unity. So, as we move into the digital future, let us remember safeguarding dignity, strengthening families, and preserving harmony is not just a responsibility for leaders, but for all of us together as a nation. Okay, bye. Goodbye.